Well, as always, I usually start the month with my spoiled child, and this month is going to be the same. So, reminder, I need to do about 3,900 X's for this, and this is what picture looks like. It's a little bit bleached out. I'm filming it already late in the evening on the 1st, and this is what I'm going to start. So as you can see, her hand and her knee is like right there. So this is where I'm gonna start working, and we'll see how much I can do. It would be great to finish the whole row, but I don't think I can. It's quite a bit of a stitching to do, but we'll see if it's not a lot of different stitches, and especially singles, all the confetti, so maybe I'll be zooming through it. But I guess you'll see that in a few seconds. And right now, I just want to start, at least put in a few stitches tonight so I can continue tomorrow. And it's again Spoiled Child by Astra. So I worked on this actually whole 9 days. I'm not doing a lot of stitching because every day, because if you remember at the end of June, I injured my hand and suffered through the trip of Seattle, and it was not going away. I went to the doctor. We even did the x-ray, and turns out that it's nothing broken, but we're thinking it's either something to do with tendons or nerves. I'm leaning towards nerves, so I'm wearing brace like every day to help out. But if I use a little bit more, especially I think it's a thumb that was injured, so when I hold the needle like this, stitch with two hands or something else lift, then my whole arm up to elbow tingles. So that's why I think it's something to do with the needle. I mean, with the nerves. And it seems like it takes a very long time. If a nerve is not cut, then it could take half a year or sometimes even a whole year to heal. Of course, there's some physical therapy and stuff, but hopefully it's not needed a surgical thing, because if it's totally cut off, then you have to go and do surgically. But it impacts my stitching, wearing the brace, so I would remember also constantly not to overdo my right arm, and it's kind of hard to kind of be more disabled that way. I'm not used to it, especially since I have the urge to clear out the house, to get rid of a lot of stuff. So I'm just trying to get rid of a lot of things, and going through things. And that includes also my crafty stuff. Not a lot of the stitching, but hopefully I'll be taking a lot of things I've been accumulating to Needlework Gallery freebie room. Also, I got like boxes of that stuff to take from all other stitchy ladies that we have at our gatherings. So I'll definitely gonna need a big suitcase and the rollers for me to do that when I go this week. So it's this weekend. I'm so excited to go. Hopefully I'll be able to finish today my shopping list, updating, and specific things to look for. So fingers crossed I'm not gonna spend too much money. So yeah, that's why this piece took me 9 days to work, but I was just so into it that I actually did way more. I did about 7,300 cross stitches, and let's see where I am right now. Ta-da! I finished the whole row. That's why it's I finished like over 4,000 stitches, and then I'm looking, it's like about 1,800 left in here, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna finish off the threads that were hanging. And then I'm looking, it's like, it's a lot of dark color, let's work it. And I was stitching just so slowly and really enjoying, slow down my pace, and actually even now I don't want to stop. So first of all, let's see what area I did. So her arm, like all finished. As we see, she's gonna be holding something in there, or no, it's a skirt underneath. So just that knee, you can see the like a folds in her apron, I guess, in here. And I was looking at this and it's like, did I stitch something different, in here? But then I'm looking at the picture and it looks like there's a pocket or something in here. What do you guys think? That line looks like it's supposed to be in here, because I'm like, did I mix up a color again? But it's the way it's supposed to be in here. So then I had last ninth day, I just had a little bit left, like 100 stitches. So then I figured out, oh, I might as well finish off the hanging threads there. And I just started going and going and going, and finished all the way the whole row, all the hanging threads. So let's see if I can get the whole picture for you. This is what it looks like right now. And let's see how much I have left to do. So I brought up my tablet with Saga, and all of this bright neon pink color is what I finished. So everything in the picture here that you see as a picture is what is left to do. So like two more blocks of 50 plus like a 10 stitches. So practically 2 rows left to do. And I still have several months in this year. So definitely this is going to be finished. And it's always good to see like a whole picture like this. So it's going to be mostly dog, a bowl later on, and this pot in here. That's going to be on mostly next year. So we'll see how much I can do of this leftover in following 3 months. But I just didn't want to stop with this stitching. It was so relaxing, actually. And I think usually when I'm going towards the end, because right now it's showing that I have a 78.5% already done, so 49,000 plus left to do. And usually when I get closer to 80%, I have like a second breath coming in, second pair of lungs, and I just want to go at it until it's finished. But at the same time, I don't want to finish because I've been stitching this for many years, and it would be sad kind of to see it finally finished. But I want to finish by mid-year next year, definitely. So this is what my spoiled child now looks like. Very, very exciting. Oh my gosh. I'm still in love with this piece. So we'll see what's going to happen next year. But for September, I think I've done enough. Don't you think, guys? So next, I'm starting on my game, 3 months to the finish line. And like I said, I'm gonna try to go like in a row of all the pieces to work on. And the first one is a cappuccino. So this is what I have, and I'm stitching this second time already and doing this on the paper. So far, I've been using all the leftovers that I had from last time, except that stitches I'm doing with 2 threads versus 3, and just a simple what was left, beads in here, needles just keep in there, and the threads I had just punched a little piece of paper that I have threaded, and there's some that already got finished off, but some not yet. So I'm gonna finish those and then only pull out from my stash. But this is what it looks like right now, and I already have some beads already here to start it. So we'll see what else is left. This is what it should look like when it's all finished. And yes, that's what I'm gonna be starting on here. A little bit of the white started, or creamy. And this fabric, I if I remember correctly, I hand dyed myself with tea coffee because it's appropriate to use coffee dyed fabric for a coffee um, pattern. So this is what I'm gonna start now, and maybe we'll see finish, maybe just part of it. I don't know exactly how much I have left to do. I still will need to get some kind of button to replace this heart. Maybe I'll get something different besides heart, but we'll see. But this is Cappuccino by Mill Hill, and I'm gonna start it now. Well, I either ran out of the thread to stitch full axis, or I ran out of the some beads that I could do. So last night I started, like this area is already stitched with my own threads. So this is how much I was able to do with all the leftovers. And like I said, it's either that I'm short on the beads or on the threads themselves. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of the area was done and some beads already put in, although there's several places that I had to skip. When it's, for example, 5, I would put only 4 beads and etc. So every like 4 beads, I would skip one to make a more even straighter line. Otherwise, it would have been bunched up and some kind of bead in here likes to always pop out. But I already did corners here and started putting those petite beads. Petites are usually not a problem to lay against each other. So as you can see, those coffee beans are wrapped up also with the beads around, and I ran out of them. So there's still quite a bit in here that's going to be done as a steam and sides there, and I started and even have a thread laying, but I ran out of beads, and I love some of those bead colors. So once it's done, I'll show you a little bit more. So as you can see, there's some threads left, and some are like totally empty. And the same are for beads that I ran out of thread, but I still have some beads, and some of them I left like a 1 or 2 only to be comparing it as a sample magnet. So want to make sure that the ones I get from my own stash are correct. And now I'm gonna be starting to use my own supplies. And I have to see if I have all of those beads, but I know I have at least all the threads to finish regular stitching. So we'll see how it looks when it's all done. So this is my stopping point until I'm able to order and receive more beads. And by using my own thread, pretty much this top is finished. I started to going with the beads, and all these empty spaces will be again with the same color beads, like a steam. Then there's a couple of stitches left here, but all the beads start to go, and there's going to be more going around all those coffee beans and around the edge here. So I did pretty much as I could. So the bottom part is almost done, except where those blue X's is. Around them gonna be different color beads too, and fill in that. So there's quite a bit still left to do the beading. And I need to order more of these because right now I just left like a 1 or 2 approximately of each color in my sorter, so I would know and could compare. But I love these colors, these changing colors. It has a green color, multicolor, and this purplish blue. So that's what I'm stopping at with my cappuccino from the list, and we'll see what I'll do next. And I came back from Needlework Galleria with 2 new starts, and I'll show you both of them. So I've taken 2 classes with something totally new technique to me. And one of them was something to do with beading. And the class was given by Creative Angle Crafting designer, and she taught us In the class, we spent 3 hours, and then I finished at home. I did about like this much. I chose this scissor, like a scissor fob, or you can hang it on needle threader. This peyote, I think it's called, the style, and was done stitching from not those dangling things, but from a blue, pretty much up to like a row before the tapering down happens. And then I came home and I finished the whole thing with instructions. So she had a whole kit, had helper to go around the classroom and help us individually if we don't understand something, and showed us how to finish off, how to start the threads, because as you can see, you cannot just tuck a thread underneath in the backside, because it's two-sided, and I've never done anything like this before, just with the beads, and I love the feeling of those beads. It's a Delica beads, and there's, as you can see, some danglers. I think there might be Swarovskis in here, and all of this was included in the whole kit, and really was a great class, but I've never done this before, so it was not written for my this year's plans for something new, but I guess I could change it, and I could say that I've tried this, and I think I did pretty good job for my very first try. Loved how it went, and you can see that's like a black shape is non-shiny, but others, like, oh, look at all those changing colors. And of course there was some left, except of course like those big ones and bicones, etc. So some of those beads are left, and now it looks like it would be easy to do. Main thing was hardest was on the edges, because you have to use two different threads at the same time, and you kind of interchanging them, so there's would not be like a weird thread going all the way there and stuff. So she gave a lot of tips, and you could see some of the stuff like on her YouTube channel, and she's explaining some things, so that's great. I loved it, and I actually got her kit from a class that she was teaching previous day, which I did not grab because I was taking a different class. But I'm super happy, tried something new, and actually managed to finish it within those couple of days. So that's great. I'm very happy, and now I want to do more of these. So that's a kit you could get from Creative Angle Crafting. So I also at the Galleria took another class that I've never done. I watched some videos before coming because I wanted to do something different with punch needle, and I thought it's always good to take some class, even if you think you know how to do, because you could get some tips and tricks and all that stuff. So the kit is by Heart Creek Farm Creations, and in the class we could choose between the candy ornament or the star kit, and I grabbed this one. And I started doing it once I understood how to start and finish, and explanations. She was showing different ways to do, and why use this particular fabric, weaver's cloth, and it was all kinds of good, useful information. And then I started doing it, and she asked, and some other ladies sitting next to me asked if I've done this before, because it looked like I knew what I'm doing, and it really helped me watching all kinds of YouTube videos about punch needle. But this is what I've got. And we just had to at first do all around the perimeter areas. I started kind of going inside, already fill in, and she said no, first let's do all around first. So I finished in the class all of that. And this is well, you can use both sides, but we were punching on this side because you can see it's drawn on it, and later on I'll be able to cut off those like a starting and ending threads. So as you can see, it's a little poofy. I just want to make sure that I understood everything after watching all those videos. So it's little bubbles in here, and if you've never done punch needle, this is what it pops out. It's like a Berber carpet kind of thing, and I know like I think in the corners here might be a little bit uneven height, but it all will be filled in, and I think it's gonna be good. So for this year's something new to start, I had different kit of hers in mind that I had for several years, but I think I'm gonna concentrate and work on this instead, starting something new. So this is a special 10-inch what you call it, like a round oh gosh, it's not a gear snap, but it has to be so super tight, practically touching two sides, so there would be any loose fabric. Weaver's cloth works slightly different than a cross stitch fabric. So I had this, and then this punch needle, she recommends ultra punch, and it comes with a different, as you see, heights that you can do those bubbles. Just the turning in, and needle like a pops out, and depends how deep you're going in, and you can lock it in at any height you want. So seemed like very easy, just needed to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. So yay, it helped me watching all those videos. So I went to her store afterwards and looked at them more kits, and that was cool. So this is just with the DMC threads, but I have some designs with like a Wix Dye Works and stuff like that. So that was again another one of something new to try and start. It just, this is going to be different than what I originally planned for this year, but I think it still will be good. This way I can finish the whole thing. All the threads were included, everything in the fabric. So I'm gonna be working on this, and I don't think it's gonna take me super long time to finish punching. This, I don't know, was done maybe half hour or so, all of that. So yep, very excited that I was able to learn something new. So now, while I'm waiting for the beads to arrive for Cappuccino, I'm gonna go to my next in a row for my game, and it's a Starry Santa. So let's see what it should look like. It's by Dimensions, Debbie Mom, and the kit I got on a resale through Facebook groups, and there was a tiny bit of about 100 stitches stitched by somebody else, and everything is included in a kit. It has this mat, it has a glass, and all I need to do is stitch this inner little window. So everything was included, and this is what I have right now. I left all the threads that were pre-sorted by previous stitcher, and this is what I'm gonna start. So as you can see, you can see the shape of the beard and the hat. There's gonna be, after all the stitching, is gonna be some back stitching to show off, like where's the nose, eyes, I think maybe eyes, a French knot possibly. There's gonna be these looks like a background is not stitched, it's just those little snowflakes gonna be stitched. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not, but this is what I wanna work on. It does not look like a lot, it's just more tedious, especially since we know it's a Dimensions. They have more work usually for you, but it's gonna look, I think, great. It's something small. As you can see, this is tiny size. So this is what I'm gonna be starting to work now. And all the stitching is done. I decided to do those couple of snowflakes, like you can see here, spread out, and what you see is kind of like a faceless man. You can kind of see it, like a little cheeks pinkish and stuff, lips really sticking out. And now I just have to do all the back stitching, and that involves 4 different colors, plus there's going to be those French knots for the eyes. That's going to be used with 3 threads. So I'm sure it's going to look way different once all the back stitching is done, all the outlining, and especially in the face area. So we'll see. I'll show you next, I guess, when it's all done. And my Santa is all done, so we can compare side to side what it's supposed to look like and what it is. So I think my eyes somehow looking a bit bigger of my Santa, but that's okay. He has a big eyes, so I decided to do everything how it was, and I think overall, at least like by the back stitching here versus there, that my picture is just a tiny bit darker, but overall I think it's all the same. So this is what it's supposed to look like when it's all done, and all the things are backstitched. There was several different colors that I had to do, and like around the beard and the beard itself, there's 2 colors. Then we have this one. Then we went around all the snowflakes, and then there's all those French knots done, and little like a diamonds in here. So it's all finished. I had enough of the threads left of all of the colors, some less, some more, and didn't have a problem with that. So what's left next is all the finishing in here to do, and it tells you how to assemble it. So that's almost done. So we need to put it all together. I think I'll wash it first as it's suggested, but since it's a little bit older design, I think I have a little bit extra care while washing, because all those red colors sometimes really like to run, and we'll see how it turns out. But hopefully pretty soon we'll see FFO of this piece. And though it's getting fairly late in evening, I've decided to pull out and start my raindrops and eyelashes piece. And it's by Chimera or Katrusini Kodelki. I'm stitching it on 25 count easy grid Lugana, and I'm doing that in half stitches, but the half stitches are going the not usual to me way. All of them are done as a top stitch of mine, so I had to kind of redo it in my head, that motion. And I did that because I think it's good to follow like which way the view goes. So the rain coming this way, and that's why I did also those stitches. So this one is 350 by 350, so it's going to be square, although it does not look like a square, but it has 60 symbols, 53 pure colors, and 7 blends. I started in September of 2021. So it's been quite a bit, and I've done so far only like a first row right here. And as you can see, it's a little bit also uneven because later on I decided to add couple rows, couple lines excess or half stitches on all sides to help with the framing. Because this is where the top of the hood is, and if I want to hide all the fabric behind, then it would be way too close. So I decided when I reached the color that was all here, then I'll add to the stitching. So it's going to be 2 rows on all 4 sides. And as you can see, I stopped doing parking on this one, so I've been trying all kinds of different things, and it's going to be some very fall colors, nothing very interesting on that side. Again, it's just the raindrops, but it was fun to work in here while I could. So right now it's 9.74% only done, so there's quite a bit of work left to do, but I can't wait to see the face. But that's going to be not for a few years, I think. to see the whole thing. So I'm starting, and I don't know how much I'll be able to stitch like with one hand today or tonight, and then a little bit tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes, but I think I'm gonna be starting now the next row. And as you can see, the row was only three blocks high, so I don't know if I'm gonna take a little bit more this round and just try to work it out or what, but this is where I'm starting. So let's compare now, and what you see is just this area, and I also finished going all around, filling in, because it was like up to here that needed to fill in those couple of rows, and it's all done all around. And then I did a couple of small like groupings in that way. And as you can see, there's some darkness coming out, so there's some light, some dark, so gonna be like this shading here starting. And once I reach like half point, then practically then the raindrops not going to be seen in the darkness. Mostly it's going to be the face and all the things around it. So not a lot that was done stitching, but I did more than I was planning to, because I just didn't want to stop. Once you get into that cycle, just keep going and going. But I decided I needed to stop, because lately I've barely been stitching, doing very thorough house decluttering, cleaning, and that's taking a lot of time, because I haven't done that in practically all those years we've been living here. Plus things added up, and it's not just the kids stuff. So concentrating my efforts on that one, and stitching is kind of been putting off to the side. So what I've done in here, I'm very happy to see. And as you can see, it's gonna slightly going this way. So this is where I'm gonna leave my raindrops. And this is what it looks like right now. I know slowly, but surely it's gonna be stitched, and eventually it will be done, because I just love the feeling that you get from looking at the picture. So that's what I've done for this one. So now I'm gonna take my next on the list is the sparkling ornament number 3 to work, and these are the sets of 6. And the one I'm doing, I believe, is this one with the reds and some greens and golden ones. And this is what I have, just about almost a quarter of the beading all done. I did not do any cryining in here yet, so there's gonna be more. I might have to redo my instead of a circle frame, do some more square, because I wouldn't be able to go into that area. So we'll see how it goes. The supplies I have, I just used what I had my own, so that's what works. And I've been using from AliExpress that I got the thread for beading, and that's what it is so far. It's holding fairly well. So I'm gonna continue stitching, and we'll see how long it takes me to do another at least a quarter or more, because beading for me, it takes a bit longer to get more accurately. So this is a sparkling ornament that's gonna be next. It's the last day of September, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it, although I could have, because as you can see, everything is pretty much done, except I believe there's a back stitching to do with the cryining. Had some ready, so it's gonna be in these empty parts and in the big one. But since I didn't work on this as much as I was hoping to, and it's only one day left of the month. If you watch my videos throughout the past few years, you pretty much know what's coming up, right? and that would be my ghost girl. I need to stitch it at least one day, at least some stitches to put in. um, I'm not going to be able to do my minimum what I was planning to, but this I think I'm gonna leave it for October, and today I'll concentrate on working on my girl ghost or ghost girl, and I'll get this as a finish in next month. So let's go see in my other piece then. So my girl and a ghost is looking right now like this, and all her outfit in this part is done. So mostly what we see in here is shading. So like you can see the outline of a ear, but in a bigger and bleaker shades, I guess I could say, in this area. So her image as a uh, bleached out image of a ghost is going to be this way. So still, of course, her hand is not done, and just a tiny bit of her not a sleeve, but yeah, maybe it's called sleeve. So I'll just put in what I can of these colors. That's the hair that is going right above her ear in this area. So we'll see how much I can do. I'm hoping to maybe 500-600 have stitches to have done today, but we'll see how it goes. But this is where I'm starting. Still a bit to go, and hopefully by next year I'll be able to finish this whole piece, or maybe if I push it I can do a little bit even more and we can roll this up, but then that will happen only next year. But so far I'm just gonna be working in this area, and I guess in a second you'll see how it's gonna look. And hopefully you can see how much I've done in practically one day. And I think I did a lot comparatively to what I was thinking I'll be able to do. And just kept filling in, and you can kind of see the streak here of the hair that you might not be able to see in this side. I did over 1200 stitches, half stitches, and right now I have, I think, like 23.8% done overall in the whole piece. And we'll see. Hopefully next month I'll be able to do a bit more, although upcoming months not going to be easier. I've been doing very thorough decluttering of the house this past week. Me and with the help of a son took 2 carfuls to donations and the paper recycling. So it's I've been really going through everything. I mean, I've saved before cards from years back that I would be receiving from friends and family, and now I just uh, saved only the ones that were more important, or something extra special written on them. And same was with the kids' school papers. I had saved from like 20 years back, practically a lot of papers that the kids were bringing from school. So again, I was going through all of that. So there was a lot of papers also to be recycled. We took it to the school recycling bin. So it's going to be continuing going through all of those things, and like sifting and really thinking, how long ago was I using it and do I really need it? So that's my purpose before end of the year, to go through majority of my stuff and cooking things and decorations, all of that. So the stitching is going to be suffering a bit, I think, more than I was planning to for this year. But somehow I feel like I'm still doing something great, good for myself and the family, and that would be plus. And I'm not as worrying about stitching. But I'll be continuing stitching, and this week is going to be upcoming month as crazy as this, because my daughter is gonna about to have a first musical show, and then choirs, and gonna be next shows. So we've been driving to school and picking her up or bringing her dinner, because sometimes right before the show, which is going to be in a few days, they're working till like 7:30. So running that way, and doctor's appointments for me and others, and all kinds of things happening. So crazy time. And I'm still enjoying my walks with dog in the morning or in evening, or both. And just overall prepping before the winter, and enjoying the nice cooler weather because we were finally able to open windows through the day. And even though it's fairly humid still outside, it does not feel as much as it would be with the big heat. So fall season is here, and my stitching is slowing down. And let's see, is there anything else? Oh, and in a few days supposed to come guys to install our new kitchen countertops. After that will be uh, counter cabinet part, and we'll be doing ourselves, trying to choose the stain, restaining them, changing hardware. So it's going to be a lot of things happening. And been working to empty out all our below cabinets, the ones that gonna be countertops on, and those will need to go through also sifting. So lots of work for me, and not much time to stitch at all. But my Ghost Girl is going to be continuing each month anyway, even if it's for just one day. Same goes for my Spoiled Child, which is in the beginning of the month, but we'll see. I still go to the sit and stitch, as I call it, groups, and sit down and stitch for like 3.5, 4 hours with other ladies locally. So that's good. I bring at least something small to work on. And oh yeah, a few days ago I also went to local library, was providing like a citizenship class for free. A couple of guys, retired guys, are helping those who have a green card and ready to become US citizens to like look over the forms and what need to be done, and the questions and all kinds of stuff. So it was few of us, and we had fun time. Lady was from Australia, and she was living here for a long time, and so we chatted afterwards with her for a bit. So I might be considering finally becoming citizen. It was a tough decision to come up with, but I think it's time. I've been here with the green card for a long enough time, I think, and I think I'm gonna be staying for the rest of my life here. So that took a little time, and I have a packet, and that's looking something for the future. So as you can see, my life got a little bit busier than before, but I hope you guys will support me, and if you have any advice for any of those things, let me know, or links, and I hope you enjoyed watching this vlogging video. And I'll be doing a separate video for Needlework Galleria, with the purchases and what I've seen in there. So that's going to be on a separate. So hope you'll watch that too soon. And until the next time, this was Jurgita saying bye-bye.